Namaste and Hare Krishna. So today is the fourth day of Navratri, and today we celebrate Devi Kushmanda. So a couple of you noticed that I wasn't really present in my video yesterday. I got a few Instagram DMs, and that's because I wasn't feeling well. This whole series is honestly just for you guys to kind of like get some ideas for like festival seasons and stuff. I'm 100% fighting every instinct in me because I just got done with work to just go to bed. So that is my little story for that. But anyway, Devi Kushmanda has said that her bright smile created light in a very dark universe during a very dark period. And so we wear the color orange. So today's sari look is going to be having two sarees created as a lengha, as a very royal lengha. And I drew inspiration a lot from a lot of different pictures. I think just a lot of different representations because I know a lot in the ISKCON community when they draw Devi Durga, she's most of the time wearing a lengha, not a sari. But then a lot of the times in northern India, when you see Devi Durga, she's wearing a sari. So I decided to kind of like play off the lengha and a sari at the same time for this. I'll be doing another similar look later, but this is just what we're doing for today. So I hope you guys enjoy. So first we're going to start off with this green this green sari that you've all seen before. I did a look on it. What we're going to do is we're going to drape this like our skirt. We're going to first bring it around one time without doing any pleating to it. If we did this completely in pleats, it would be way too big. We do not want this to be a giant ball gown. We want it to be a very regal looking lengha. So now that we've made it again to this middle part, we are going to start folding. You're going to make pleats all the way around. I want to make, well, I guess you can decide if you want to make small or wide pleats, but I prefer wide pleats on my body type. I don't know if you can see like how wide I'm making it. I'm making them very wide. When I get a lengha and it has pleats in it, I want it to be really wide. So this is what it looks like so far. As you can see, it does look more like a lengha versus just a normal skirt. Now the back is tricky, so it will help if you have a mirror. Now the pleats in the back will not be perfect. It's really hard to make them perfect. As you can see, I'm struggling to. Not bad, but not the greatest. Now, I don't normally safety pin when I do this type of sari look because for me, it seems like a pain. And also, I feel like it stays in pretty well because you're not constantly tugging on this type of sari because it is more of a lengha. So now we are down to this. This is going to be your last pleat. Once you get to this part, you're just going to pleat it over. Like so. So this is what it should look like. And yes, it does look a little funky, but this is where the start of our other sari is going to go. This is what this drape looks like so far. And you can really tell it does look more like, you could not really tell unless you looked really closely that this was a sari draped as a lengha. It is for the most part very smooth. So we're going to take our other sari. And I forgot to mention that for this, I would prefer for this bottom part to be like a silk or a cotton sari, like some kind of very thick fabric that you cannot see through. I would highly not recommend wearing like this type of fabric. This type of fabric I would recommend for the dupatta. This is a very net sari, very see-through, and I will show you why. What we're going to do is we're going to take all of this extra fabric. We have tons of extra fabric. We're going to fold to tuck what we have so far into our lengha. Now, if this was a heavier fabric, this would be extremely heavy. This was already heavy, already very heavy. And so if it was like another type of, if it was like a thicker sari, it would be very uncomfortable. So we're going to kind of like move our skirt. We're going to wrap this like we would a normal sari. If you're going to wear this for a long period of time, I would highly recommend pinning. But since I will be taking this off as soon as the video is over, I will not be pinning. So I'm going to be taking this. And as we can see, we still have another little part of fabric. Like you want this to be really close to, you want the fabric, or I mean, this part of the sari to have the top part. You do not want like this plain part to be showing. We're going to keep tucking. I think you've noticed that I didn't choose to wear a necklace with this drape, and there is a really good reason why. There is so much going on in this drape that I want the drape to be the center of focus, not the jewelry. So this, I just pleated it like a normal sari up on top. And if you have like any extra fabric, what I would do is pin it like so. Now I'm going to take my safety pin and pin this up for a good measure, just like I would any normal sari. I'm going to make sure that this is going to be the center of focus. So I'm going to take my safety pin and pin this up for a good measure, just like I would any normal sari. I'm going to make sure that this is going to be the center of focus. nicely aligned. Now you could very well take this up like this, but I prefer to let it hang low like this, like a normal sari. I'm going to back up to show you how it looks. Like I said, you can easily bring this up if you want like a shorter pallu, but I prefer it like this. And there you go. This is a double sari drape. A double sari drape. Now you don't have to keep it in like this. I just preferred it. Otherwise it would look like this. You have a longer dupatta kind of thing going on. Like this. Very simple. It looks more complicated than it actually is. It's a very simple look, but very, very heavy. Would highly recommend wearing this, especially if it's cold. See, I don't like my tikka. I don't like wearing tikkas because I constantly have to mess with it. But anyway, have a good rest of your night. Happy 4th day of Navratri. Hare Krishna and Namaste.